Welcome to Metroid Prime 4 Beyond Week right here on the Recipe Entertainment Podcast. I am your host, Red, and I don't know about you, but I am feeling great because we are in the month of, we are in the week of, we are only a few hours away from the release of Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. We finally, after almost 20 years, gonna get to get our hands on this game. And I'm here today to talk about the fact that some people have gotten their hands on this game and have played it through from beginning to end, and reviews have now hit. How you feeling? How are we feeling? Because I'm feeling great. If you watch my previous video about reviews, you would know exactly how I'm feeling right now. For one, I'm not watching any of these reviews. I'm not going to watch their footage and spoil this game. No. I'm about to play this game in a few hours. I'm going to experience it myself. But I told you how these reviews were going to go. And I feel like that video that I made previously, which I'll link at the end of this video, was right on the money. Absolutely on the money. Because I knew exactly how this was going to go. And it'll be the same thing with GTA 6. It's not going to be perfect scores across the board just because it's GTA. Nah, that's not going to happen. It wouldn't happen for Half-Life 3. It didn't happen for Last Guardian. There's plenty of games that people have waited years and years and years for. When they come out, you're always going to get reviews across the board. It's just lovely how in 2025, man, gamers love to be negative. Man, gamers like to focus on the negative. Because from my understanding, Metroid Prime 4 Beyond has reviewed very, 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 very well. Very good. And there's reviews from 10 out of 10 reviews stating it's the best one in the series to people claiming, oh, it's chatty and and all of that stuff that we know was gonna be there at the end of the day. Look, I am a Metroid fan. You are listening to a Metroid fan. I was gonna play this game either way. It's no different with the next 3D Mario game. Nintendo could literally put out a black box that says, this is the new 3D Mario game. No trailer, no promotional material, no hands-on, no reviews, and I would pay. Oh, Grand Theft Auto could be $100. Then I would pay $100 for that 3D Mario game. You want to know why? Because it's 3D Mario, and it's my favorite IP. It's my favorite series of games. Of course, I'm going to pay to play that blindly because, well, for me personally, they never, ever, ever missed. Their worst game is Mario Sunshine. If your worst game is Mario Sunshine, you are literally the greatest of all time. And this is why I make such statements. Retro Studios, look around. Prime 1, Prime 2, Prime 3, Returns, Tropical Freeze. All to me, masterpieces. All to me, creme de la creme when we talking about video game quality. I'm going in blind to Prime 4 no matter what. This is why it was real easy for me to make the choice to spend damn near $800 for a Switch 2, Metroid Prime 4 Beyond, a Pro Controller, Switch Online, a screen protector, and all that, in order to play this game in the best quality that I can play it in. Because at the end of the day, I know at the end of the day, I'm going to need this damn system, right? It's a Nintendo box. I'm going to need it for the next 3D Mario. I'm going to need it for Bonanza. I'm going to need it for Age of Imprisonment. I'm going to need it for the next Zelda, the next 3D Mario, the next whatever Nintendo decides to make in their incredible lineup of IP. Yeah, you need that in your life. Or maybe you don't, but I do. You know what I'm saying? And Metroid Prime 4, look, I say all this to say, it didn't matter what the reviews was going to be. I was going to experience this either way. The same way when other M reviews came out and they were awful, I marched my behind to the store, got my copy, went home, experienced for myself, and was like, let's see. And then bam, I was like, oh, well, that happened. That exists. But anyway, there was nice things in there, but the overall package was just a lot to be desired was left on the table. Let's just say that. Look, Metroid Prime 4 ain't reviewing like other M. Let's just be clear. So again, when you got people saying like, yo, this game ain't as good as Prime 1, but it's better than 2 and 3, 7. I'm just saying, I don't know if there's reviews doing that, which I'm sure they are. I'm sure in the comments you'll be like, yeah, I saw that review. Well, if you did, because I'm sure it's out there, just let me tell you, what? Like, I don't care about that person's opinion because I don't jive with it. I'm not saying his opinion is wrong. I'm just saying I don't care. Because if you say, oh, Prime 2 and 3, was so far. I told y'all this from 1 in quality, which I do not agree. I do not agree at all. I believe wholeheartedly Prime 1, which is amazing. It's damn sure the best looking Prime game until, well, Prime 4 comes out. You know what I'm saying? Because of the remaster. I don't believe it's the overall best package. You're not going to be able to tell me that I got the best boss battles. It don't. Best locations? It don't. Craziest puzzles? It don't. Those things all live in another game. And you can say, well, yeah, but the overall package, that's nice. Cool. Your opinion. This is what I'm saying. Like, if you're sitting there saying 2 and 3 wasn't all that, you know what I'm saying? But this is better than that. And it's right around 1, but not as good as 1. 8 out of 10. Okay. So basically what you're saying is 10 out of 10? Like, I don't know what to tell you, because if it's better than 2 and 3, then damn, this is going to be a really good Metroid game. Probably the best Metroid game of all time. I'm just saying. Why is it that we dwelling on the negative reviews anyway? Why? Why does it feel like with every brand new Nintendo release now, like there's a certain group who want to see them lose? Like like I don't understand. Look, the reviews could come out bad for a lot of Nintendo IP. The games is still going to sell because it's going to be people like me. A lot more people like me for a Pokemon, for a 3D Mario, for a Kirby game. You know what I'm saying? So we gonna be there. Like, and this is not like, oh, yo, yeah, because you're just Nintendo shells. No, because they make great games. No matter what you want to say, how you want to spin it, they make great games. Bonanza was a great game. Mario Kart, which now I've played, is a great game. It's crazy as hell online. But Knockout Tour, oh, that's where I'm living right there right now. Loving Knockout Tour, mad fun. Still haven't won one, but I came in the top, few a couple times now, and it's mad fun. I did all 3 stars on all the cups. Loved it. The stages are incredible. The whole experience is just top notch. It just lacks content compared to a game that was basically getting content not for the full 10 years, but then from 2014 to 2024, 20. When did the last booster course pass come out for that game? That game was getting content for mad long, so of course it's not going to match it in content. Give it time. And people rushing it. What y'all rushing? Like, y'all want it to be Mario Kart quality, like what's in the game, or y'all want it to be mediocre? Because I remember when the first booster course pass came out, y'all was hating to with the graphics and all that, and it was incredible. This is why a lot of the times I don't really care for all of the narrators out there. People always saying this is the worst thing, that's the worst thing. If I listen to people, look, I wouldn't play a lot of the games because I would believe that the service that I love was trash, because everybody says, oh, Game Pass trash, Game Pass trash. And it's like, in what world? But that narrators out there, I don't go by narrators. I go to the beat of my own drum. Donkey Kongas to be exact. You heard? So I'm going and doing my own thing with everything in gaming. And it's funny, I tend to play a lot of great games. I tend to buy a lot of great games, never any stinkers. And yet I don't go based off of reviews. Do I listen to video game podcasts? Do I hear conversations about games? Do I hear games pop up and conversations that might, make me aware to that game and be like, oh yeah, let me check that out, see what that's like. Look at, some promotional materials for it and then make a decision? Absolutely, you know what I'm saying? But this idea of going on a website and seeing like an aggregated score and basing my whole goddamn reality on that is wild to me, because it's an aggregated score of people's opinions who I do not care about. And that's not a knock towards them. It's just a reality, bro. We've seen a lot over the last few years. And I say this all the time. Like when Microsoft was going through their Activision deal, we saw a lot of people jump out the window with the most wildest fanboy takes on both sides. You know what I'm saying? Or all, not even both sides, because it was more than 2 sides. It was on all sides, and it was just crazy. Like, it was embarrassing, too, seeing people be supposed professionals working for a giant corporation being like the biggest, worse than any Twitter fanboy, worse than any annoying ass YouTuber. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's like, damn, this is a major publication dude out here just straight up being embarrassing just because they want to show allegiance to PlayStation. Like, there was a lot of that. You know what I'm saying? So I don't take nothing really from this industry serious when people who are in top positions are a joke. You know what I'm saying? And then you got people who just want to sit there and pile on stuff. It, like, nowadays, you gotta know how to move out here. If not, you're gonna be thinking everything trash, everything garbage, every movie's this, every movie's that. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's just people hating on everything nowadays, and even things that are great get hated on. You know what I'm saying? And it's just something that I don't pay much mind to. You know what I'm saying? I always go based off my own taste. I've always moved like that. That's the way I'm gonna continue to move, basically, throughout my life. That's how I enjoy a robust amount of content and don't let people pigeonhole me into thinking like, oh, the only thing that's great is where, this select group of people say, and then people just follow that and want to follow that wave. Oh, what are the people saying in the circle, that I frequent? Oh, they saying it's trash, so it must be trash. Like, it's crazy. Like, there's people really acting right now, for example, like the game having, I don't know what it is on Metroid, I think it's in the 80s. But it's in the 80s, which most great games, amazing games, some people's favorite games of all time, sit at in the 80s. And now they're acting like, yo, if a game ain't in the 90s, it's not really worth my time. It ain't worth my money. It ain't worth nothing. That's wild. So you're not going to be playing nothing. It feels like there's a lot of people nowadays making excuses not to play video games. Oh, they go, oh, yeah, I don't care about Game Pass. It's like it's a Netflix a video game. It's nothing really to hate there. It's just you either opt in one month, opt out another, choose to play video games, or don't. But sitting there and be like, I hate that thing. Like, that's mad weird. But people do that. Then you got people sitting there mad at people buying Switch 2s because, oh, it's so expensive and da-da-da. Like, if PlayStations right now to buy a PlayStation don't cost you $1,000, because it does. Same thing with an Xbox, because those went up in price. It's all crazy. It's all madness, but it seems like people real picky and choosy about what they want to be mad about. While I'm sitting here like, yo, listen, I'm playing PlayStation games on PC. I'm playing Xbox games on PC, on Xboxes. I'm playing Nintendo games now, exclusively on Nintendo Switch 2. You know what I'm saying? But was recently just playing on Switch 1. I just play video games, you know what I'm saying? And I noticed that gamers just like to be mad about everything. So I'd rather just ignore all that and enjoy what I'm going to play. So I say all of that to say, I know all around, there's things right here I say probably that you don't agree with. Because you probably find yourself in the camp of, oh yeah, I hate on that thing. Or I hate on this thing. Death to PlayStation. Death to Xbox. Death to Nintendo. I don't know where you stand on, but fanboy allegiance to the flag of the console color that I rep. Yeah, well, great, awesome, good, happy for you. I don't care about none of that. You know what I'm saying? At all. Like, there's so much about the things that people have normalized in this industry that, I don't know if the word dilute, but influences. And I think dilute is a good word to throw in there too. Influences and damn near dilutes their opinions on what they should consume in this industry based on other people. Like, it's weird. You know what I'm saying? Like, wanting to be down with the club of things. It's just... It's odd, you know what I'm saying? And then the way when people love a company, because there's some, like right now, there'll be people saying, oh, you're a shell, you're a retro studio shell, you're a Nintendo shell, right? But then on the internet, it's great to be a From Software shell, right? And I sit there and be like, any company that doesn't have the simple accessibility feature of pressing pause sucks. That's not saying that they games suck. I'm saying they suck. And I say that as not an opinion. That is a fact. You can say whatever you want. You can sprinkle whatever sauce you want on it. If you can't pause a game in 2025, and that's a choice you made, not a bug that you're remedying right now because the game just launched an hour ago and you got to put the pause button in, you suck. Just all over, you suck as an individual, you suck as a company, all around. Like, everybody, y'all okayed that. Like, not to, like, so somebody got to go take a piss, a shit, got to go do something for their kid, yeah, whatever. Oh no, but you could pause home and you could pause. You know what I'm saying? And this is not a knock towards them. I'm just saying that company, people just give a pass. Everything about them is great, fantastic. You know what I'm saying? You'll have people be like, yeah, I'll spend the money to go get a Switch 2 to play their new game. You know what I'm saying? That's exclusive to Nintendo. Again, people are picky and choosy, and I'm not hating on them. I'm just saying what it is. You know what I'm saying? An example. And people would take that like, how dare you speak ill of From Software? They're deities to me. And it's like, yeah, whatever. I don't see none of these companies like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, if Nintendo did that with EPD, the team that does Mario, I would say the same thing. They suck. They're shitty for doing that. Like, I'm all about accessibility. Pause is the original accessibility feature. And you're like, nah, you good. Huh? What? But again, gamers will cheer that. And it's mad weird. You know what I'm saying? Like, we live in a weird time where people want to hate great things, like stupid stuff, defend dumb things, crap on things that's good for you as a customer. It's just all over the place. So again, I just say, man, listen. I know a lot of this don't got to do particularly with Metroid, but it does. It has to do with the industry of 2025. Basically, a lot of it is a joke. You know what I'm saying? So play what you want. If you don't want to play Metroid based on some reviews, don't. You know what I'm saying? But don't be surprised when we, the fans, get the game and we experience it, and then we start throwing out midway through the game, damn, this already was better than insert your favorite Metroid game. Don't be mad at us because, well, we're going to review this game not with nostalgia. We're going to review this game not with, the baggage of Metroid Prime 1, Super Metroid. I don't do that. I know there's people who, every single time a Metroid game comes out, those are the games they're going to put in their nostalgia, put the new game in that nostalgia bubble. It's never going to live up to it. And then they're going to crap it out of the bubble and say, yeah, it was cool, it was fine. And there's other fans who do that with Link to the Past and Ocarina of Time. There's Mario fans who do that with Mario 64. You know what I'm saying? Or 2D Mario, they'll do that with, Mario 3, Mario World. And rightfully so, those two actually hold up than the Metroids and the Zeldas that get put on a pedestal. But still, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, there's always going to be that. You know what I mean? And so you got to just know how to take all the different opinions and form your own. And again, if you feel like, nah, man, listen, it had to be over 85 on Metacritic for me to purchase it, then don't buy it. I don't know what to tell you. Wait for 2 years from now when it's on sale on Black Friday for $10 off and play it then. I really don't care. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, I'm hyped. I'm excited. I am still at 1,000. I don't know about y'all. There has been zero hampering of my hype through these reviews. And I told you it wouldn't be the case for me. I knew I was going to feel just like this. Like, genuinely beyond ecstatic. You know what I'm saying? I just want that single player experience to play on my brand new next generation Nintendo console. You know what I'm saying? Because Mario Kart is amazing. You know what I mean? But it's more of a multiplayer thing. It's a racing game at the end of the day. I want an adventure to go on. So yeah, I'm excited as hell for Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. I don't know where you at, but let me know in the comment section below. Let me know if you full steam ahead, still excited, or you not. It is what it is. The point is, I'm just not a angry mob, gamer type anymore. And I'm not saying I've never been. Absolutely, I have ranted and been mad. I've been part of Operation Rainfalls and things like that. Like, yo, Nintendo, you got these bangers over there. Bring them to the States. What's wrong with you? I've been, on all these different journeys as a gamer. But all these years later, let's just say 20 years removed from when Metroid Prime 3 came up, in age, like, yeah, I don't know. I'm just too goddamn grown to be caring about other people's console allegiance and, other people's hate wagons for companies based on whatever. Like, I just like what I like. I hope you like what you like. And I hope Nintendo fans give this game a chance. You know what I'm saying? Because from the looks of it, it seems to be another good game in a year that's been a bunch of good games for Nintendo releasing. It feels like they're ending it on a giant bang. You know what I'm saying? With Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. And yeah, that's exciting. I hope people show up because at the end of the day, I do feel like we will be stuck with 2D Metroids only if this doesn't do well. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, the reviews are good, great, favorable, whatever you want to say. So Nintendo's going to see that. Now the sales got to be good, great, favorable. You know what I'm saying? So that they can then see that and hit that, yo, retro, green light. Like, I don't want to be playing red light, green light no more with Metroid. I want us to be in the Fire Emblem space. And what was that Fire Emblem game, that one that Nintendo talked about? Like, yeah, that was the last one, bro. If that one would have failed, it would have been a wrap. Y'all would have never saw another Fire Emblem game again. And since that game came out, we done seen like 5. And Fire Emblem games are like Zelda and Mario games. They take like 5 years to make. But yeah, they've been pumping those games out. I want to see that for Metroid. And I feel like this is that game. That'll be the catalyst for what happens with the future of the series. I'm not trying to put no weight on you. I'm not trying to force Nintendo fans to go out there. If you saw reviews and you're like, not good enough, I'm not going to buy the game. It is what it is. But I'm just telling you, if you like Samus Aran, if you want to see more adventures like this, if you want games like this in Nintendo's catalog, you might want to go pick this game up at some point, Because, one, it looks super special. It looks like a lot of love went into it. And it looks like it's going to be a unique experience, different from the other ones, but very much reminiscent of those and all the things that we love about them, just like I figured it would be. And that's what I wanted. So for me, I'm already feeling like, yeah, I think I'm going to really love this game. You know what I'm saying? But again, I'm not going to jump ahead. There's a lot of time in this week. There's the actual hands-on. There's the live stream. I'll be able to give you my, pure impressions as I'm experiencing that opening and everything. Miles, McKenzie, all of it. Goddamn Viola, all of that. It's gonna be super fun. I'm excited for that. I hope you excited for that. Yeah. That's all I really got to say on this, man. The reviews are out there. The game is reviewing really good, so I'm happy about it. Look, when I see games reviewed, like, again, most of my favorite games, if you go by Metacritic, because I was going through Metacritic for the first time ever, like looking at a lot of my favorite games, I'm like 80s, 80s. Some were even in the 70s, and I'm like, yeah, and a lot of games that are super high in the 90s today, standards is like, yeah, those games don't play better than Metroid Prime. Those games don't play better than a lot of the 80s out today. You know what I'm saying? They play like crap. And yeah, the review is based on in the past and the time they came out. Yeah, but today they don't stand the test of time. So it's funny to see games that are actually better not review better than those because, well, what is it then? Nostalgia. It's always nostalgia. Nostalgia, man. It's a hell of a drug. Nostalgia. I try to not be on that. You know what I'm saying? Try to keep it clean so that my mind, can consume new things and not hold on to the past and be like, yo, that movie, that album, that game, yeah, the one in my youth back when I was 15 years old, that was the best. Look, I get it. I like to reminisce too, man. But it's one thing to reminisce, and it's one thing to just be stuck, trapped. Let yourself just be so consumed by something from back then that it's like, yeah, I will never allow anything to ever surpass that thing. Like, I'm sorry. Like, a lot of y'all gonna be 80s and 70s talking about Ocarina of Time being the best, Mario 64 being the best. Like, that's gonna be crazy. You know what I'm saying? But I know that's gonna be the case for a lot of y'all. I'm so happy that 5 years, 10 years after those games came out, I was already like, oh, nah, this one is better than that. That one is better than this one does things better than that. Oh, yeah, I can't even go back to that thing. And I loved that thing back then and thought it was the greatest thing ever. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just move on with the times and I see the design changes, the skill set grow, the way games are made today and things like that, far surpass things from the past. And look, there's things in the past that were really cool compared to things today. But overall, especially when we talk about gameplay department, like controls were better. You're not gonna tell me nothing on 64 was better than nothing that plays with today's controls, which are all better than that atrocity of a controller. And yes, I loved it at the time, but I would never play nothing with that controller today. Nothing. I would 100% go on Nintendo Switch Online and play games there before I ever went back and played them natively on my 64, which is right there. It's right there. You know what I mean? With Majora's Mask gold in the actual console. I ain't playing it though. Now that thing is literally what it is. It's a museum of the past. You know what I'm saying? It's right down the shelf looking pretty. But anyway, yeah, man, Metroid Week. I am excited. Ain't nothing's gonna stop this hype, man. I cannot wait for this live stream. I cannot wait. Right now it's set for Wednesday at 8 p.m., but things might change and it might be Wednesday at 12 a.m. I'm just telling you. Things might change. Physical editions might be abandoned at this point. I'm just saying. So stay tuned because the hands-on might be 2 sleeps away or just 1 sleep away. You know what I mean? That's how excited I am. I don't know about y'all, but my hype level is 10 out of 10 right now. Will the game be that for me? I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But no 10 out of 10, no 7 out of 10, no 8 out of 10 is going to define my review before I even touch the game and define my experience before I even touch the game. It's just not. This is one of those games where it's like, yeah, you're going to experience it for yourself. And don't act like you don't know what that is, yo. Anybody being like, oh, you a shill. Don't act like you don't know. Because if it was a Kingdom Hearts, a Final Fantasy, a GTA, you know what I'm saying? A lot of y'all going to experience it for yourself. You know what I mean? That's just the way it goes with certain giant IPs that we love as fans. If a new Doom was coming out and people was... Matter of fact, Doom the Dark Ages, amazing game. I 100% at that game. Hardest difficulties and all. Well, not the hardest difficulty, but Nightmare. You know what I'm saying? Hardest difficulty and all that, right? 2 different difficulties, 100% at that game on both. And love that game. The whole horde mode that they added, I mess with that still to this day. I'm waiting for my DLC next year, which is already paid for. You get what I'm saying? I love that game. And there's some people who act like, oh yeah, it's the worst Doom ever. It's boring. The whole formula is washed. The flying stuff was lame and da-da-da. And I loved all of that. You could watch my live reaction to that on the channel. Don't talk about my dragon. Don't, I get emotional. Don't talk about my dragon. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, like, if it's a Doom game coming out, I'm going to play that for myself. That's what I do. Certain IPs I just love that much. No reviews are going to play a role on me purchasing that. You know what I'm saying? It just is what it is. And I'm sure y'all have y'all games like that too. So don't act like, us Metroid fans are crazy or whatever the case may be. And again, it's not like if the game is reviewing it's awful reviews across the board and we sitting here making excuses. The game is reviewing very, very good. And many, many people think it's a 10 out of 10 experience. So, and even if it was just only 9 out of 10s, only 8 out of 10s, that's damn good still. That's the Cosmic Invasion, a game that I'm literally about to play when I get off this. Right? I'm going to start. I was going to start it yesterday, but I'm going to start it today. I think that game was getting like, 7s and 8s. Love the developer. Streets of Rage fire, Turtles fire. Like, yeah, I'm going to play this game. I'm going to play this game no matter what. And it's in Game Pass, so I already got the game there. It don't matter. So, yeah, I'm going to play that game. You know what I'm saying? And it is what it is. Same thing with, all right, this one, for example, I got to wait. Terminator No Fate, right? That's coming out around the 15th of this month. I'm all in because I love the IP. But I want to know that the actual game is good. So I will look at a few publications, see a few, trusted reviewers that I actually care to hear their opinions on, which funny enough, none of those guys have actually done reviews for Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. So this is why I really don't care about none of these reviews. But, yeah, I want to hear, it's a good game. It's not lacking content. It's not broken. That's what I want to hear. Because I know it's a game that you get to play through multiple times and multiple versions of the movie. So it's not like I'm going to go through it once. It's going to be like Contra. It's going to be a game that I'm going to play dozens of times. And I'm looking forward to something like that. So, yeah, it's just different with certain games. It's like, yeah, you made 2 back-to-back games I like. Cosmic Invasion, that would have been, that was going to be bought either way. But then it got announced for Game Pass like 2 weeks ago. I was like, oh, cool, great. You know what I'm saying? But still, it's like, yeah, that's a game I would have just outright bought. Again, Terminator No Fate, I'll, have a little wait and see, even though I'm like all in on the hype department for that game. It's just different with different, IPs and different games and things that you love. I don't know why I'm explaining all this, because I think like everybody knows that they have their specific ones where it's like, nah, no matter what, I got to walk through that fire. You know what I'm saying? If y'all saying the building's on fire, I gotta go put the money down, boot up the game, and walk through the fire. I just gotta know, and I just want to know, because if it's one of my favorite IPs, I wanna see the disaster. You know what I'm saying? You want to see the body? Yeah, I want to see the body. I need to see. I need to confirm. It's really. It can't be. It is. It is. But anyway, man, I'm gonna wrap this up. I'm done. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for everybody who subscribed, and stay tuned, yo. The Metroid video is about to get a lot better, because now we're about to be talking about hands-on and all of that. And yeah, the opinions and all of that are going to be, again, from hands-on. So yeah, I'm excited. I hope you're excited, because the next few weeks, months, years, because we still got to hype up Metroid 6, baby. You know what I mean? We still got to hype up Metroid 6, because Dread is the best-selling one. So you know it's coming. You know what I mean? You know it's happening. So yeah, I just want to say this. During the live stream, if you are there, I want to see confetti in the chat the moment that Miles McKenzie pops up on screen. That's all I want. That's all I hope for, because that's going to make it perfect. All right. So I'll see y'all there, and that's going to do it for this episode. Until the next one, screw attack that like button, screw attack that subscribe button, and shine spark that hype. I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.